We're continuing the series today with chest. So today we're going to be doing chest. I don't do variations of the bench, which is basically your arms are coming, basically straight out in front of you. I don't really do that anymore for pressing or heavy movements. And if you look at it anatomically, it's actually a very bad movement. Like, it is really hard on your shoulders. You're compromising your shoulders as far as the position of your arms. And you see it all the time, specifically in bodybuilding and powerlifting. Like, people, tear their pec all the time. And I'll have Chase throw up some pictures of torn pecs for bodybuilders, and it's terrible. Like, you tear your chest, that is a physical deformity that cannot be fixed. You can't fix it. It looks terrible. There's some fly variations that do that, but for the most part, it's going to be very incline. And the reason I do incline is that it incorporates more of your front shoulder and in this part here. So, you get more fullness of the upper chest. And so I wouldn't say I'm like a big bodybuilder, but my chest doesn't, sink in like this. It actually kind of comes out. So kind of a little more of a shelf. It ties in with my front delt here. And so there's a nice fullness that comes across, my chest. And so for strength purposes, better strength, motion, you want a strong shoulder girdle. You want a strong chest to support the shoulder girdle. So I do a lot of inclines. So that's what we're focusing on today. Is we're going to be doing chest. Again, for me, it's incline. We're doing variations of chest, machines, free weights, and flies. And so I train chest like every 4 or 5 days. And it's more for me a feel. For me, it's a feel. If I'm still sore, I don't do it. I really focus on recovery now. Like, as I've gotten older, and I'm recognizing I'm not healing as quickly, I'm not recovering as quickly. I focus more on recovery now, and I think, in my opinion, it's going to help me with longevity. So I'm not trying to be on the stage anytime soon, and there's no reason for me to train like for ego or get on the stage. So I'm doing it for my health, maintain my muscle mass and density, and I actually just enjoy training. That's just the honest truth of it. I just like doing it. It's kind of like my church. Get a chance to come in here and just listen to my music and just kind of just zone out a little bit and focus on the day that's coming. But today we're going to talk about the different movements as I train and kind of maybe give you some insights and tips on how to have a better workout specific for chest today. There's no right way for everybody. Just find out what works for you. I just encourage you to listen to your body. Take the time to recover. You don't need to train for 2 hours in the gym. Just get it done. It should take you no more than an hour. I don't train like Dorian Yates, which I'm all out, I'm trying to kill myself. I'm just much more intense, more focused on the movement. I'm much more focused on time under tension and getting a great workout. Keep my heart rate up a little bit. My heart rate is usually around 100 consistently. And then get out. Like, there's no reason to be training for 2 hours. If you're training for 2 hours, it's because you're screwing on your phone. Drop your phone. Put it down. Work. And get out. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to get some Smith machine. We're going to do incline on the Smith machine. I like the more control of a Smith machine because it keeps the angle much more at a specific angle, and it's less, I guess, shoulder stability of keeping free weights in front of you. I feel that for this specific movement here, I think that this is a little bit safer, especially when you're going a little bit heavier and you can't finish and you can't rack it. All you gotta do is pop it, and then it's for me, it's a safety thing. So the machine should become down. Basically, you want it to kind of hit trying to focus on the machine coming down to my chin, and you want to get a good range. So I'm just going slow right now, just kind of get some blood in the muscle. I wanna feel what I thought was never real. I wanna let go of the pain I felt so long. Erase all the pain till it's gone. Listen to your body. Again, this isn't ego lifting. I'm gonna walk over here, and so I'd always combine these exercises with that are similar, not the same. And this is a fly machine. And so again, when we do our warm up, we want full range of motion. So you'd be like, "Oh, Dr. Morales, you're doing it. It's like a bench press movement." Oh, the answer is true, but again, it's not heavy. I'm not doing it heavy. When you do flies, you want to kind of focus on the tension and pressure on your ulnar side. This is the ulna of your hand. So you put more pressure like this. And when you do this, you kind of you contract your chest a little bit better than doing it like this. So if you put your hands like this, and you just try it one day. You know, try from going here versus doing this. There's something about the mechanics of the human body that you get a better chest contraction with your hands turned. Like so, you can see my hands are turned up just a slight bit. That way I make sure I'm putting all the pressure on my ulnar side of my arms, and I'm focused on my chest contracting. I'm not focusing, you shouldn't feel it in your biceps. You shouldn't really feel it in your shoulders. It should be really right in your chest. So I'm just getting a good stretch, full range of motion, squeezing at the very middle. As you start working out, you'll start noticing that you feel the more fullness of the muscles. So it just gets full of blood. And that's what it is blood is entering the muscle cell because it's being worked. And then that swelling that occurs creates the pump. It's called the pump. So a couple more occupational issues is I'm a surgeon. I work with my arms and my hands, and I stand all day. And so I use wrist wraps to decrease the pressure on my wrists, specifically on really on chest day. And then I like to have some abdominal support, keeping my back strong, and then maintaining my posture. So I've been wearing, this has been really helpful for me recently, is wearing a support belt when I train, and then I'm also wearing it during when I work now. All right, so I increased the weight a little bit. So we're gonna kind of do the same thing. So slowly advancing the weight, and then I'm gonna transition to like more of a complex couple sets. I will say that's the primary exercise. This is just an accessory of just kind of really get more blood flow and get more of a stretch, and then maintain the tension on the chest muscle. Love this machine. Good job, Prime. How many great equipment. Your customer service sucks, but great equipment. Mindset. All the guys watching this are probably already bored, maybe not watching anymore. But the guys that are still watching, you know, hopefully get something out of this. And really, if you want to train smarter, not necessarily harder, but you want to train smarter, then hopefully you can get some tips here and apply it to your training. So I've used these before on previous doc episodes on training, but this is these are chains. And I think I've explained this before on previous episodes, but those who have not watched my other episodes, this is the purpose. And so these weigh about 15 pounds. No, 25 pounds, sorry. And they have different kind of holes based on, you know, where the bar is. It's made by Spud Inc. Found these on the internet. Really cool straps. They're adjustable straps. Purpose of chains is that at the bottom of the range of motion, as this descends, there's less weight of the chain. And so for the chest press specifically, this is going to be the working set. So at the bottom here, there's not going to be much chain weight. It'll probably maybe be like a pound or two at the very bottom. And again, at the very bottom, this is where you can get hurt, right? So I want a little bit less weight here at the bottom. And as I come up, it increases the full weight to the chain. And this is where you want the more weight. This is where you're the strongest. This is where you're going to have better contraction at the top. Not so much here. Like here, this is the danger zone in my opinion. So it's maybe similar concept to bands. Bands are a little bit different. The band tension is different. This is chain weight. So if your gym has some chains, you can buy this online. I'm not promoting them. I just love them. But they're really cool. Very adjustable. They're super smart. But you can just put that in your gym bag and then take it to the gym. And you can do, you know, I wouldn't do it with free weights. It's super dangerous. But definitely do it with machines. So I do a lot of this with Smith machines. So this stays here around the Smith machine at all times. So doing squats, you know, chest press, what else, shoulder stuff, with the chain stuff is really cool. Okay, so this set is going to be my 2 working sets, and what we're going to be doing is I'm going to do this with the chains. I'm going to do like 10 reps here, and then I'm going to drop the chains, and then I'll have the 45 and 25, and I'll do 10 sets there. So this will be a little bit more intense. You move quickly. Like, I don't train with anybody, so I've learned to do things by myself. So lighter weight, that last kind of set there is really just to force as much blood into that muscle, stretch out the fascia. So really great pump. We're done with that, and then don't rest too long. And then we right into the flies, and again I'm trying to stretch that fascia, increase more blood flow. Again, this is the pump. And so if you're not getting a pump when you're working out, you're not doing it right. You're not doing anything right. You need to readjust what you're doing, because you should definitely feel the blood flow and that stretch like you're about to pop. All right. that's it. So we got just, I'm gonna basically superset 2 more exercises for chest, and then we're gonna go eat. So I'm gonna be doing chest press. This is a machine as well. This is an incline machine, and it's by Hammer Strength. I really like it. The motion is fantastic. Making sure my chest is nice and flat against the board. I got a big chest, not concave. It's kind of like this, and then it's a squeeze. So for me, this is an amazing movement. And then I'm gonna do just a set here, and then I'm gonna increase it with some bands, and I'll show you why we do that. I'm not trying to lift a ton of weight. It's really just about stretch and the motion. And so cable tension is different than machines, which is different than free weights. And so for me, this is kind of more of a, I'd say more of kind of in the space of where I'm keeping my hands. It's not directly in front of my chest, it's actually kind of more down. So I guess you can consider more of like maybe a decline. And then I'm putting more pressure on my pinky side of my hand. So I'm kind of focusing the force on the ulnar aspect of my hand, which is kind of the pinky side. And so I'm able to kind of contract my chest. You see my upper chest is kind of squeezing here. That's what I'm focusing on, like squeezing that upper part. This exercise you want to focus on, again, you turn your hands, kind of focusing this movement here, and you're not doing this. So that's, see, a lot of amateurs do this. They put their hands, they go like this, and you can see like what happens is that the humerus actually is still here, right? So you feel like you look like you're big, right? And you're working out, right? But you're not. You can do more. So my humerus stops here. But watch where my humerus goes when you go all the way. From here to here, you see the difference? And this is where the difference is here. And you can kind of see where my chest goes to here, and I'm pushing as hard as I can to here. Don't do this. Put your hands and go like this. Pro tip, if that makes sense. Got some new pictures up, do you see them? That was in Cancun. So this is, I like bands too. I do a lot of bands on some of my machines in here in my home gym. And so bands have a different tension dynamic than just free weights, specifically with this machine. At the top of the motion, like here, you get the most tension of a band. And at the bottom, it's the least. You're theoretically increasing your weight, but it's really the tension dynamic. Bands are different. Like, it's just a different tension. You have this constant tension fighting you versus free weights of a machine. Anyway, bands are great. If you have them, try to figure out, get creative with bands. Keep them in your bag. You can find bands to use on a lot of equipment at the gym nearest you. All right, nice and full. Feels good. So that's it. That's my chest training. It took me about just at an hour. And that's me talking and teaching and give you some pro tips. So those of you guys made it to the end, thank you for watching. Hope you learned something. Train safe, train hard. Again, if you have any questions, please put a message on the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for our next episode on the FitDoc series, and we're gonna be doing back. And we'll be training my IB Figure Pro wife, Corey, in back. And so for those women who are looking to kind of increase more muscle strength in the back and new exercises, we'll go through some core exercises that I do with her as we get her ready for the 2024 season. Hopefully going on to another Olympia or Arnold stage next year. So again, thanks for following. Hope you learned something, and stay tuned for the next time.